Warning, this video is not for the lighthearted. It's not for everyone. So if you're simple-minded, close this video. You won't understand what I'm saying. Everyone, welcome back to the Universal Bang Show. This is Bangish Bowl coming to you again with another message of peace, prosperity, love, and happiness. Today's message is not for everyone. It's not for the lighthearted and the weak-minded. So if you are one of these, close the video and enjoy the rest of your day. I won't mind. This video is for those who lead out of understanding, not knowledge. For knowledge is the limited mindset of what is, while understanding is the power, empowerment of what can be, leading to imagination. As Albert Einstein once said, imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge only leads to what has been created, while imagination expands your horizon to all that can be created. Think about that. Think about the universe. What is possible? Most people wander around aimlessly with no understanding of the bigger picture. Now, what is the bigger picture? That's the question. That is the key. What is the bigger picture? Because you're just a piece, a player, or a master. I'll get more into that in just a moment. But all things fall into space at the right time. Most people have no idea where they fall into space. As I've come to understand, all things fall into space at the right time. At the right time. What is your time? What is your personal perspective of where you are in the universe? Simple little mind switch, going from knowing to understanding. Most people in life wander around aimlessly, not knowing where they fall into space. Most people wander around aimlessly with no idea of the bigger picture. No idea of where they fall into space. Fall into space. As I've come to understand, all things fall into space at the right time. What is your time? That's more important than understanding space. What is your time? And what will you accomplish in your time? So let me simplify things for you. A common understanding that most people with insight have is that life is like a chess game. In chess, you have pieces with power and pieces without power. Then you have the players. Then outside of the game, you have people on complete opposite ends of the spectrum. You have your masters, who are well beyond the game, and then you have people who can't even see the game. who are in a different dimension. Allow me to detail this for you. In chess, you have your pawns. These are people who are limited to one move at a time. One move at a time. Regardless of their limitations, they are still in the game. Their hopes and dreams are to one day be transformed into something greater. These pieces are dispensable, but not useless. These people are your everyday workers, your mindless workers, your 9-to-5 workers, your get up, go to work, complain, leave work, complain some more about their limitations, get up, repeat the process. Then you have your knights, bishops, and rooks. These pieces are pieces with power. Although that they have power, they have no insight of true understanding. These people are your ace workers. These people keep things interesting depending on their level of understanding. These people are the ones you rely on to get the job done, to do the dirty work using their power. These people do not understand the full extent of their power. Blinded by their power, they forget that they are just a worker, working for a greater cause, but given power to do more than the average individual. Now, you have your queen. Your queen is the most powerful piece on the board. Your queen is able to make any move in any direction it chooses. Your queen is the most feared piece on the board because it is respected by the king. Your queen is your managers, your general managers. It's people that are given power to do whatever they choose to keep the game going. And they're given power because their complete devotion and loyalty to the king. Now you have the king, the boss. The boss is limited in its capabilities to move. But the boss is the most important piece outside of the queen, because without the king, the game ends. There's no value in the game without the king. The king is protected by its people, its pieces, but most importantly, it's in the best interest of the player to protect the king. Now, if there are very few pieces on the board to protect the king actually has to work to stay alive. Do you understand that? So now, who are you on the board? Where do you fall into space? off the board, you have the player. The player is the investor. The player understands that it doesn't have to play the game because there's so many people with the knowledge limited, willing to work for a player who have little understanding of their true power. Now your players will range in levels of expertise based on their understanding and levels of power based on their kings, plural, kings. Most people think that life is just one game. Now the player, if it's smart, will play multiple games to increase its chances of winning. Think about that. Once you become a great player, you no longer have to be a part of the game. You are now a master. And wherever you step, the world will pardon for you. Because you understand that the game is where you start, but it is not where you end. A master is now the teacher. And the teacher always learns more than the student because it has to be confident in the lessons that it teaches. Now, does the master ever fail? The master fails more than the beginner. Now, failure in the eye of the master does not exist. A true master understands that in every failure there is a lesson. And as long as you are learning, you're always winning. The circumstances might not go in your favor, but the lesson that is understood empowers you to imagine beyond the circumstances. Understand that. The master knows that the only true failure is quitting on yourself. This is the peak of the spectrum. Now, as you have the height of success in whatever field, endeavor, or passion that you have, understand, just like chess, there's an opposite side. Now, for every one master, there's 1,000 people on the complete opposite side of the spectrum. These people are not even playing chess. These people are in a different dimension. These people are playing checkers in a world of chess. They don't even have the same rule book. So how do you expect them to win when the odds are against them? These people are what we deem, quote unquote, the third world, the homeless, the hungry, people who just never had a chance. Now, many people are born into these circumstances. Do you blame them? No. But at the end of the day, it's up to the individual to move themselves. At the end of the day, it's up to the individual to move themselves beyond where they are. Now, in the world of checkers, everyone wants to become the king. Everyone wants to become the king. But in the world of checkers, the king has no protection from its people. The king has no protection from its people. Because it's not powered by the people. It's self-imposed power. Now, some of these people will never do more than they understand. And they will always live in the dimension of checkers when you can move up to chess. But these people are often killed for trying to create more in their pursuit to become a king. Are they wrong for wanting more? This is the world that we live in, people. Wake up and understand. Most of you are just pieces on the chessboard, accepting the society that you live in. You have your pawns, your rooks, knights, castles. Wake up and live. Be something greater than you are. Just because you're playing checkers doesn't mean that you have to stay there forever. Doesn't mean that that's all there ever will be. You have to fight for yourself, but understand that fighting is not the answer. Wake up and live, people. Understand, true wealth is not what you have in your bank account, but what you have in your heart. We live in a world where we have a checkers game and a chess game going on at the same time. How is this possible in this day and age? Stop being ignorant. Stop being oblivious. Stop just being a pawn. Sure, everyone wants to advance and climb the corporate social ladder, but understand that your fellow human being just wants love and acceptance. We can all be more. We can all have more. But We need to stop hating each other. We need to start with love. We need to start with understanding where we fall into space. What is your personal time? And what do you do with it? What are you becoming? If your goal is to become a master in life, what are you giving back? I am a master at eliminating the checkers world, so everyone can one day at least be a chess piece. Not everyone will want to advance. To each is their own. I'm not telling you to climb the ladder of success, because success for some people is just to be able to have food and good company and their family around them and move day to day to day. Some people are not satisfied with that and want the responsibility. That's when your responsibility to attain the power to influence and be more. If you cannot take personal responsibility of who you are, then why are you alive? Why? Money is an illusion. Spend some time with people who need love. Don't be afraid to give to a person in need. Just because you see someone that's homeless doesn't mean they're homeless because of their bad habits. Some people were put into bad circumstances. Don't just walk away, because your extended hand can be the hand of God one day to a person in need. Now this is the universal bang again. I wish you all much peace, prosperity, love, and happiness. Be blessed through your day. Be blessed through your life. And remember, you have the power to empower yourself. I love you all, sincerely. And when this body disappears, know that I lived for love.